Our top focus at 6 is Shiv Sena's movie and theatre wing Chitrapat Sena has threatened to disrupt Pakistani ghazal singer Ghulam Ali's concert in Mumbai. The Sena wing has threatened that if the program scheduled for the 9th of October isn't withdrawn, then the Sena will protest in its trademark style. The Sena has been protesting against Pakistan and any form of cultural ties with the neighbour. The Sena wing adds that it is against any form of cultural association with Pakistan since its forces has been killing our soldiers along the border. The Sena had protested against Atif Aslam's concert earlier as well and was against Pakistan's cricket team playing on Indian soil.
What is your reaction to the Shiv Sena opposing Ghulam Ali's concert in Mumbai on the 9th of October?
See, I personally condemned such kind of agitation being made by the Shiv Sena against a world-renowned, reputed ghazal singer like Mr. Ghulam Ali. This is not the first time when Mr. Ghulam Ali has come to India and is doing the performance concerts. Earlier also, several concerts of Mr. Ghulam Ali had taken place in the country. So why did the Sena not object at that time and that the BJP is not against Mr. Ghulam Ali's concert being held? So now it is for the government. The BJP is in majority. They must ensure that the concert take place and without any hindrance or any unlawful situation, the concert must go on. This should be ensured by the BJP government.
Why do you think the Shiv Sena is doing it right now? Particularly, as you mentioned, the Shiv Sena is in power with the BJP at this point in time. Why do you think the Shiv Sena is doing this?
The Shiv Sena wants a political mileage. That is why they are playing such kind of tactics, I would say this. Because now they have nothing at hand to see where the Maharashtra is going today. Farmers are committing suicide. They must take care of those things rather than stooping to such kind of levels that stopping a person from performing.
All right, let's get a word from our panel of guests this evening. Shaina, NC BJP spokesperson, is with us live. Also, Akshay Bardapurkar from the Shiv Sena is with us live. Let's get a word from the Shiv Sena spokesperson first. Akshay, I want to ask you, what is your opposition to Ghulam Ali performing in Mumbai? Why this opposition? Why this threat?
This opposition has not been initiated now. This opposition has been going on since years. And this is only because the way Pakistan has been treating India, Indians, fellow Indians, our soldiers, as well as the kind of attacks which they come out with, like 26/11 and etc. And that basically creates disharmony as well as a lot of pain amongst people living here. And I don't think there could be any sort of tribute or celebration which is required in Mumbai or Maharashtra for that matter.
But you know, Akshay Bardapurkar, I want to ask you this. The Shiv Sena is in power in Maharashtra. You've allied with the party in power. There's a BJP Shiv Sena government in the state. If you were so opposed to a Pakistani singer performing in the state, then you shouldn't have granted permission. Why was permission granted in the first place? It's your government that granted permission for such a performance.
See, if whatever little I know, I don't think the permissions have been granted at the state level. It has been passed by the Ministry of External Affairs but
again, there's the BJP government in power at the centre. Are you saying that there are differences between the BJP and the Shiv Sena on this issue? You're not on the same page?
Every party has got its own right to protest. I don't think, you know, that we need to consult each other, or if there is any particular need to consult each other behind every cause. Shiv Sena has always been against such type of things where Pakistani artists or cricketers or anybody enthusiasts who have been involved into this.
But Shiv Sena, you know, this is not something new. What I can't understand is why does the Shiv Sena need to behave like a party in the opposition as far as this particular performance is concerned? If you actually had a problem with this performance, you could have approached your ally at the centre as well. It's not like the Shiv Sena is not a part of, it's not like the BJP and the Shiv Sena are not in talking terms. You are at the end of the day allies. Why are you not on the same page? Why are you differing in public? Why are these differences coming out in public?
Well, as far as I know, this is the first concert probably which has been happening after the government has taken place. I'm sure both the parties or you know, or the NDA allies might sit together and derive out a strategy where next time onwards there would be some sort of, you know, scrutiny involved into it. But till that time, the protest needs to continue.
All right, Akshay Vadapurkar, I also want to ask you one question. You're saying that this permission wasn't granted by the state government, the permission came from the centre. Now, we've also been seeing some harsh words coming in from the Modi government as far as Pakistan forces action on the border is concerned. Are you saying that the Modi government is indulging in double speak? On one hand, we are hitting out at them at international forums, accusing them of constantly violating the ceasefire. And on the other hand, we want their performers and their artists to come. We're continuing with cultural ties. Do you want India to actually stop cultural ties with Pakistan?
Well, I personally don't think that, you know, Mr. Modi or to that effect, the PMO is actually involved into day-to-day affairs of who comes to India and who performs where. And this has got nothing to do with
so you're saying the Prime Minister doesn't know what his ministers are doing. You're saying the permissions are given out without
no, you're taking it wrong.
Without the PMO being in the know.
No, I mean, what I mean to say is that every decisions don't really, you know, there are thousands of concerts which must be happening, the Italian concert, French concerts, and there are so many concerts which must be happening. So a particular ministry has been taking care of that particular thing. So I don't think where does the politics come into the existence. In this case, what I can say is Shiv Sena's stand has been very clear. When it comes to not allowing Pakistani artists or cricketers.
I agree with you. I know that your party has made your stand clear on this issue from day one. Even when there was a UPA government in power, the Shiv Sena always protested against the performance of Pakistani artists in the country. Also, cricketing ties. You've made your stand clear. I want to ask you, why is it that you've not approached the central government and told them that you're opposed to this? Is the central government not willing to listen to you? Is there a breakdown of communication? Why is it that you have to come out in the public and talk about these differences? Why stage a protest? Protests are usually... I'll tell you why. Because protests are usually organized or staged by parties that are in the opposition. You are in power.
I don't think what you're saying is right. Protests can go on with being.
But who are you protesting against? You're protesting against your own ally. Are you protesting against your own ally?
No. Where are we protesting? Where does BJP, where does the other party come into the picture?
Because permission has been given by the BJP. You said the permission has been given by the BJP government at the centre.
So it might be. So our party leaders will take it to the right forum. They will try and probably, you know, talk to the concerned departments and concerned ministries, and maybe there could be a solution to this. But at this point in time, this is the first concert which we have come to know after elections and after Maharashtra elections, to be fair and straight, that Ghulam Ali is performing, and we really do not have any problems regarding Ghulam Ali or any form of music. It is about a Pakistani artist coming, performing. If at all there is any reason of tribute which needs to be established, then it can happen within India with the help of Indian artists, Indian singers, and there are singers like A.R. Rahman to Sonu Nigam. They can all contribute, and they contribute. We really do not need established and big singers like Ghulam Ali to come and perform here.
All right, Akshay Vadapurkar, stay on with us. We also have BJP spokesperson Shaina NC on the phone line with us. Shaina NC, what does your party have to say about this?
Well, I don't think our party needs to have an opinion or form a judgment on every issue. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, and I think there is a public sentiment attached to what Shiv Sena's stand is. And this has been their consistent stand vis-a-vis Pakistani cricketers, Pakistani artists, etc. As far as the government stand is concerned, clearly the Home Minister will announce what he thinks is in the best interest of the state. If there is a law and order situation, clearly there will be a review. If there is a legitimate permission, obviously there will be also a stand taken in accordance But to suggest that we are for or against is unnecessary, because I don't think it is.
But
the
China,
job of the
I want to know why you're saying that you shouldn't. Why is it that your party hasn't taken a stand? Your ally in the state is opposed to this. They're threatening to stage a protest after the central government has granted permission to Ghulam Ali to perform in Mumbai. It looks like both allies are speaking in two voices.
That is not true at all. As I said, they are entitled to their opinion, and it may be a public sentiment that's echoed by lots in this country. At the same time, the government needs to act in accordance with law. If there is a legitimate permission and a legitimate permission to suggest that this concert must go on, it will be announced by the Home Minister, who is the Chief Minister. Let's not jump the gun and at gunpoint say that you have to give your stand or your viewpoint immediately. The job of the government is to work.
But China, I'll correct you here, because I'm not putting you at gunpoint. The Shiv Sena they've issued a threat saying if this show goes, if organizers go ahead with this show, they'll ensure that there are disruptions. They are also saying that they will stage protests outside the venue. Let's also get a word from Congress's Priyanka Chaturvedi, who's with us on the phone line. Priyanka, your reaction?
No, I'm not surprised with how Shiv Sena reacts to anything with regards to Pakistan. This has been their consistent policy ever since probably they started out as a party. Having said that, you are sharing power in Maharashtra with them, sharing power at the center with the Shiv Sena, and yet you allow such kind of hooliganism to pervade in the state. Also speaks of the hypocrisy of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party has made it a habit that it doesn't come out clearly or doesn't make us their stand clear as far as Shiv Sena is concerned. We saw this during the protests that happened outside Shobha De's residence, or many such instances that happened. So for power, they're willing to compromise with any such hooliganism that takes place under the Shiv Sena, which is unfortunate. Also a reflection of our Pakistani policy, that what is this government up to, and is it that they will fall down to levels where you will not allow people who are renowned, who go beyond boundaries and who are here to perform in honor of Jagjit Singh, who was a talented singer, create disruptions like this, create problems like this? It's unfortunate, and Bharatiya Janata Party is the one which really needs to answer this.
Shana NC, would you want to react to what Priyanka Chaturvedi is saying?
I don't think it's the Congress's prerogative either to decide who will come to Mumbai and who will perform in Mumbai. There's clearly a distinction between opinion and opinion of one to another, which may be contrary but can coexist in a healthy democratic environment, and that's exactly what it is.
So Shana, you're saying that different opinions can coexist, and I agree with you. 1 second, you're saying that different opinions can coexist, and I agree with you. So there can be difference of opinion between the Congress and the BJP, but you have a situation where your ally is also not on the same page with you. Shiv Sena is actually issuing a threat saying they're going to disrupt a performance that's going to be staged by a world-renowned artist in Mumbai. How will that reflect on your government in Maharashtra and your government at the centre, which has granted permission to this artist to perform?
As I said, at the cost of repetition, if there is a legitimate permission, it's clearly for the Home Minister to take a call. If there is a law and order situation, it is also his prerogative. Rather than jumping the gun, I think you need to wait and let the Honourable Chief Minister announce what he thinks is in best interest of the state and the people.
What would you want to say to Akshay Bardapurkar of the Shiv Sena, who's with us live this evening, and he's saying that I will ensure that there will be disruptions if this concert goes as planned? What would you say to him? Don't answer my question, tell him what you'll tell him. What is your response to the Shiv Sena here? China NC, can you hear me?
My only advice would be, if there are legitimate permissions, let's abide by the law. Public sentiment, yes, is extremely imperative, and especially at a juncture where Pakistan has really done no good to us across the border. There is a public sentiment that prevails, and if that public sentiment is absolutely to be viewed with a maturity, then you're allowed to agitate, but not at all to take law into your hands.
Akshay Bardapurkar, you heard what China NC had to say. She's saying that you can stage a peaceful protest but in no way disrupt that. She's also saying that if there is legitimate permission that's been granted for this Pakistani concert, then you have no right to interfere. Your response?
I'm neither in saying that it is going to be violent protest, or neither am I going to saying it that it is going to be a peaceful protest. Or there is in all probability.
You have to agree that Shiv Sena doesn't have a reputation of holding peaceful protests. You'll have to agree to that.
We do protest, and there are ways and means of protesting. So it all depends upon how the law also falls back on us, and the way how, you know, if everything goes well, we will be peacefully protesting. But what I mean to say is, protesting is one part. We would not let the show happen is what is most important. So that's the party stand, and that is what we stick to.
All right, Shaina, NC, Priyanka Chaturvedi and Akshay, please stay on with us. We're getting some update on this story. We're being told that the Shanmukhanda Hall functionaries have told organizers that they will need to provide due permission and clearances from the administration to organize this concert. The concert was to be organized at this venue. So the threat from the Shiv Sena has obviously made the organizers uncomfortable. Akshay, your response? Do you think that your threat is acting on the ground? Are you happy with that?
I'm definitely happy for the fact that they acknowledge that you know, it is not a good thing for them to do. Shanmukhanda has its own history, it's of long years, and it's one of the biggest halls, and it has its own reputation. They would probably wouldn't want to, you know, create problem for themselves, as well as for further shows lined up maybe in a few days' time.
Shaina, NC, a last reaction from you. There's confusion on the ground now. We're being told that this concert is scheduled to take place on the 9th of October. Now there's utter confusion. The organizers, the venue organizers claim that they're not sure whether due clearances have been granted or not. And this is because there are different voices that are coming in from both the BJP and the Shiv Sena.
I think we need to understand that our government has been voted to power to work on hardcore issues. The state has many serious issues, lots of policies on which our government and our Chief Minister is working very, very hard. There will be issues where there is a public sentiment attached. There will be issues where there are two opinions. Clearly, we need to wait and watch. And when there is a time to announce what the stand of the government is, we will. But I don't think as government or as a party that is voted to power, we need to have an opinion on every single issue that is raised by a segment of society or the media.
All right, a quick reaction from Priyanka Chaturvedi. Confusion in policy, confusion on the ground.
No, extremely laughable when she says that you all have been voted into power and the government knows what it's doing and nobody can question them. It is their own alliance partner which is creating this kind of a mess. And the government stance has to be very clear. They don't need to wait for an announcement. They have to announce that these kind of exchange programs, if given due permission, will go as per law and order, and nobody else can dictate terms to the government. The government takes the final call. This is what Ms. Shaina NC should be reassuring the people of Maharashtra, rather than saying we will think over it and take a stance on it after.
All right, Shaina NC, Priyanka Chaturvedi and Akshay Bardapurkar, thanks so much for taking our time from your busy schedules and speaking to us here on India Today. This was a debate on the Shiv Sena's threat that it's issued to organizers who have organized a concert with Ghulam Ali in Mumbai on the 9th of October. Now we're being told that people who own the venue have approached the organizers saying they want true copies of permissions that have been granted, because they're not too clear about whether or not this show has the clearance from the state government, considering that the ally of the state government is now threatening to stage a protest. We'll continue tracking developments. A short break here, lots more lined up. Do stay with us.